Let me tell you about a small moment that happens in your home almost every single day, one you have probably never given a second thought to. It is the evening. You are tired, you are moving through the last of your day, and somewhere nearby, your cat is sitting very still, watching you. Not begging, not meowing, not tangling around your ankles for food. Just sitting there, quietly, with those calm eyes fixed on you, waiting. Maybe they follow you from room to room and settle again a few feet away. Maybe they hop up onto the arm of your chair and simply sit, close but not touching, hoping. And most of the time, if we are honest, we miss it. We fill the bowl, we scoop the box, we give a quick pat on the way past, and we move on to the next thing. Our cat watches us go, and then they curl up and wait again for tomorrow. Here is what breaks my heart a little as a veterinarian, and it is the reason I made this video. Your cat is not waiting for more food. They are not waiting for a new toy or a bigger cat tree. They are waiting for one small, quiet thing that costs you nothing, that you already have the power to give them tonight. And it happens to be, hands down, the single most powerful thing you can do to catch the illnesses that take senior cats from us far too soon. Most owners never do it. And by the end of this video, I promise you, we'll never let another evening pass without it. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Sarah Lane, your neighborhood veterinarian, and welcome back to the channel. In more than 20 years of seeing cats, the single saddest sentence I hear in my exam room is this one. Dr. Lane, this came out of nowhere. He was fine last week. And almost every time, when we look closely, it did not come out of nowhere at all. The signs had been there for weeks, sometimes months, quietly written all over that cat's body. A little weight melting off the spine, a sore tooth, a lump the size of a pea, a stiff hip. Nobody had their hands on that cat often enough or gently enough to feel it while it was still small and still fixable. And I want to take the guilt out of that right now before we go one step further because I hear the worry in so many loving owners. I should have known. You could not have known because nobody ever taught you how to look or that looking was even your job. It is not your fault, but starting today, it becomes your superpower. So grab a pen and a notebook, my friends, because I am going to show you exactly why your cat hides their suffering, the little daily ritual they have been waiting their whole life for, and the one thing I want you to do with your hands tonight. Let's start with the hardest truth about cats, because everything else grows out of it. Your cat is wired, deep in their bones, to hide pain and illness from you. It feels backwards, I know. We think, if my cat were hurting, surely they would tell me. But remember what your cat is underneath all that softness. A small desert hunter, and in the wild, a small hunter who limps, who looks weak, who shows they are sick, becomes something else's dinner. So for millions of years, survival meant one thing: never let it show. Your pampered indoor cat still carries that ancient rule in every cell. They will purr while a tooth is rotting. They will jump a little less, sleep a little more, and eat just slightly slower while a kidney is quietly failing. And they will do it all so smoothly that you never notice the day it began. This is why cats are so often diagnosed late. Not because owners do not care, but because the cat's entire nature is built to keep the secret. That silence is exactly why they need you to become their voice, and why simply loving them from across the room is not enough. You have to get close. Now here is the beautiful part, the part that makes this whole thing work. The very same thing that lets you find those hidden problems early is the exact thing your cat has been quietly longing for. Cats are creatures of deep, deep routine. Predictability is safety to them. When the same gentle thing happens at roughly the same time every single day, your cat's whole nervous system settles, their stress hormones drop, they trust more, they relax more, and yes, they live better. And more than food, more than play, what a bonded cat craves is calm, predictable, loving contact from their person, not the frantic 2-second pat as you rush past. Slow, unhurried, focused attention where, for a few minutes, they are the only thing in your world. That is what your cat sits and waits for. That is the moment they hope for every evening. And when you finally start giving it to them on purpose, you will watch your cat transform. Softer, chattier, more affectionate, sleeping more soundly, because you have finally answered the question they have been asking their whole life. So let me show you how to build that moment. And I want you to start with something so simple, it will feel like it cannot possibly matter. It does. Pick a time. Choose a quiet, regular pocket of your day. Many of my clients love the evening when the house has gone still. and make that your cat's time. Sit down at their level, on the floor or the couch, somewhere they already feel safe. Do not chase them, do not scoop them up, do not trap them. Just settle yourself, get quiet, and let them come to you. Because a cat who chooses to come is a cat who is relaxed enough to be honest with their body. And here is a tiny piece of cat language I want you to use while you wait: the slow blink. Look softly at your cat and close your eyes slowly. Hold for a heartbeat and open them again. In cat, that is, I love you and I trust you. 9 times out of 10, a bonded cat will slow blink right back. And just like that, before you have laid a single finger on them, you have told your cat that the next few minutes are safe and gentle and theirs. And that quiet, trusting contact is not only good for their heart, it is your front row seat to their health. Because when your cat finally drapes across your lap, calm and willing, your hands become the most sensitive diagnostic tool you own. You can feel things a once-a-year vet visit will always miss, simply because you know your own cat's body better than anyone alive, and you are feeling it every single day. But before I hand you the exact way to do that, I have to make sure you know who needs this the very most, and then I owe you a serious warning, because there is a right way and a wrong way to put your hands on a cat. Let me tell you which cats need this daily ritual most urgently, so you know how much it matters for yours. At the very top of the list are senior cats, any cat over about 10 years old, because this is exactly when the silent diseases arrive. Kidney disease, overactive thyroid, arthritis, dental disease, and the lumps we all fear. These are the conditions that steal senior cats, and every one of them is far kinder to treat when it is caught early. Next, indoor-only cats, whose subtle changes are so easy to overlook in the comfort of home. Single cats in quiet households, because there is no second cat and no bustle to make a change obvious. Overweight cats, whose extra padding hides weight loss and lumps until they are large. And the shy or independent cats who do not naturally seek out your lap. Those are often the very cats hiding the most, precisely because they are so easy to leave alone. If your cat is on this list, this daily habit is not a nicety, it is protection. Now I have to pause and give you an honest, serious warning, because I never want this loving ritual to turn into something frightening for your cat. Never, ever force it. If your cat is not in the mood, if they flatten their ears, flick their tail hard, tense up, or try to leave, you let them go every time. No exceptions. A ritual that a cat learns to dread is worse than no ritual at all, because you will lose the trust that makes the whole thing work. And please hear this next part especially closely. As you gently learn your cat's body, if you ever press somewhere and your normally sweet cat suddenly hisses, cries out, bites, or whips around at you, that is not bad behavior. That is your cat telling you, in the only way they can, that something there hurts. Do not scold them and do not brush it off. Note exactly where it was and make an appointment with your veterinarian, because pain in a cat is always a message worth listening to. This ritual is gentle prevention and early warning. It is never about hurting or restraining your cat to get answers. And let me add one more piece of gentleness here, because how you touch matters as much as when. Keep your hands warm, keep your movements slow and flowing, and follow the direction their fur naturally lies. No poking, no prodding, no sudden grabs. Read their tail and their ears the whole time, because those are your permission slip. Soft, still ears and a relaxed tail mean keep going, while a swishing tail or ears turning back mean pause, and simply pet them somewhere they love for a moment before you continue. Some cats can only give you their head and shoulders at first, and that is perfectly fine. You build the rest slowly, over days and weeks, one trusting inch at a time, until the whole gentle sweep becomes something your cat leans into rather than tolerates. Patience here is not wasted time. It is the very thing that turns a checkup into the highlight of your cat's day. All right, take a breath with me, because now I am going to give you the one thing I promised at the very start. If you clicked on this video because you saw that your cat waits their whole life for you to do this, here it is. And it is so simple you will wonder why no one ever told you. It is a slow, gentle, nose-to-tail, hands-on check, done as loving petting every single day. That is it. You are not going to examine your cat like a stranger in a clinic. You are going to pet them the way you always have, but now with purpose, letting your hands read their whole body while your cat simply melts into the attention they have been craving. Let me walk you through it because the order matters and it takes about 2 minutes. Start at the head, the way most cats love. As you stroke their cheeks and under the chin, gently feel along the jaw for any swelling, and once in a while, lift the lip for half a second to peek at the gums and teeth. You want healthy pink gums and no angry red line, no brown buildup, and you want to notice if their breath has turned sharply foul, which is one of the earliest whispers of dental or kidney trouble. Move your hands down the neck and under the jaw, feeling gently for any lumps or swollen glands. Then run your flat palms down their sides and along their spine. And this is the big one. Feel how much muscle and padding sits over their backbone and ribs. On a healthy cat, you can feel the ribs under a thin layer, like the back of your hand. If, over weeks, that spine starts to feel sharper and bonier, that is weight loss. And in a senior cat, silent weight loss is one of the loudest early warnings of kidney disease or thyroid disease there is. Glide over the belly softly, never pressing hard, just noticing anything that feels newly firm, swollen, or tender. Feel down each leg and gently over the hips, watching whether they resent being touched there. Because a cat who flinches at the hips or has stopped jumping to their favorite high perch is very often a cat with the arthritis we now know is far more common than anyone used to believe. Check the paws and pads and finish at the base of the tail. That is the whole thing. A loving 2-minute head-to-tail glide every evening, and you will feel the very first hint of trouble weeks or even months before it would ever have shown up on its own. Let me stack 2 small habits on top of that because prevention is always a few gentle things working together. First, once a week, weigh your cat. A cat is small, and half a pound lost is an enormous fraction of their body, but it is nearly invisible to your eyes. Hold your cat, step on the bathroom scale, then weigh yourself alone and subtract, and jot the number down. A slow, steady drop when you are not trying to slim them down is one of the single most important early signals you can catch, and it is the kind of thing that makes your vet say, "Thank goodness you noticed." Second, keep the world's simplest log, a note on your phone, or a little pad by their bed. When you feel that new lump, when the breath turns, when they stop wanting the hips touched, write the date. Because I think it started maybe a couple months ago, and it began on the 4th. Are 2 completely different conversations in my exam room, and the second one saves lives. So let me pull this all together into a routine you will actually keep, because I never want you to feel you have to do everything at once. Here's my daily 5-minute ritual. Number 1, same quiet time each evening, sit down at your cat's level and let them come to you. Number 2, a slow blink to say, "You are safe." Number 3, the 2-minute nose-to-tail loving check with your hands, head and gums, neck and glands, spine and ribs for weight, belly, hips and legs, paws and tail. Number 4, once a week, the weigh-in and a quick note of anything new. That is the entire thing. 5 minutes, no cost, no equipment, just your hands, your attention, and a cat who has been waiting their whole life for exactly this. Do it tonight, and then do it tomorrow, and watch what it does to both of you. Now, as a veterinarian who deeply respects your trust, I owe you one last honest warning before we finish. This ritual makes you the best early warning system your cat will ever have, but it does not turn you into their doctor, and it is not meant to. When your loving hands find something, a lump, weight loss, a sore mouth, a tender hip, a change in the breath, your job is not to diagnose it or to wait and watch it for a few more weeks to see what it does. Your job is simply to notice it early and to bring it and your little dated notes to your veterinarian where it can be looked at properly while it is still small. Finding things early is only a gift if you act on it. And please, never wrestle or pin down a cat who is frightened or in pain to get a better feel. You will only teach them to fear your hands and hide even more. Gentle, willing, daily, and then let your vet do the rest. That is the whole promise of this. Here is the truth I want to leave you with tonight. Your cat gives you their entire life. Every quiet evening, every soft landing beside you, every trusting slow blink across the room. And all this whole time, the one thing they have been waiting for is not more food or a fancier bed. It is you sitting down, getting close, and letting them know with your hands and your attention that they are seen, they are safe, and they are loved. That you will do that and quietly protect their health at the very same time is one of the most beautiful things I know. So let me help you go one step further. I have put together a free companion guide with a printable one-page nose-to-tail check map, the exact early warning signs to write down, a simple weekly weight tracker, and the senior cat changes you never want to miss. The link is in the description and pinned to the top comment. It costs you nothing, and it is yours. While you are down there, leave me a comment and tell me, when your cat waits for you in the evening, where do they sit? The arm of your chair, the end of the bed, or right by your feet on the floor? I read every single one. And if this helped you love and protect your cat a little better tonight, please subscribe, because I make these videos for cat parents who refuse to leave their animal's health to chance. Give your beautiful cat a slow blink and a gentle chin scratch from Dr. Sarah Lane. Keep your hands on them. Always trust your instincts, and I will see you in the very next video.